You have breast cancer. Certainly words nobody wants to hear, but one woman took what is often devastating news and turned it into something positive. Lisa Kreitz is a former reporter as well as a breast cancer survivor, and we are delighted to have her with us this morning. Good to see you. You look fabulous.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show this morning.
You bet. 2 years ago, you heard those words. Can you remember that day?
It was, I can and I can't. I think there's certain things that we block out in our mind. I was doing media relations for a large healthcare system at the time, post-reporting, and I got my medical records, and I walked around the hospital for about 30 minutes going, this doesn't seem benign, this doesn't seem non-cancerous, and so it was surreal to a certain point. I was healthy. I didn't have a family history of breast cancer, and I never smoked, so it was quite a surprise to be diagnosed with breast cancer.
That was in May of '09.
Yes, ma'am.
And a month later, you had a double mastectomy.
I did. I had two options. One was a lumpectomy, chemo-based radiation with tamoxifen for 5 years. My second option was a bilateral mastectomy. And I knew in my mind a lumpectomy was not psychologically acceptable. I needed to get the diseased tissue out of my body. Otherwise, every year when I had a mammogram, I would be so stressed out that the cancer might have come back.
You know, when this thing between us, this mannequin, this is what came out of that news, what this mannequin is wearing. Tell me about this.
In essence, a couple days after being discharged from the hospital, I was in my doctor's office, and I said, Dr. Diaz, when can I take a shower? And he says, oh, you can't take a shower until the surgical drains are removed. In essence, when you have a mastectomy, they place these surgical drains. They go 2 to 3 feet down your body, and they can't get wet. I asked him why they couldn't get wet, and he says, well, in essence, if water were to inhabit the drain sites, there would be an increased chance of infection, which could be devastating to the process.
Right.
He says, so you can't take a shower. I then called a couple people and said, what did you do? They said, use a trash bag.
And that's the photo that we see there. That's
Absolutely.
You with the trash
right.
bag. You know, I'm thinking that's got to be, in addition to all the emotional stuff you're going through with having had cancer, now you're taking a shower with a trash bag over your body?
In my mind, it was somewhat degrading. I thought there's got to be a better option than a trash bag. Over the next 2 to 3 weeks, I was in and out of the shower with a trash bag, and I became increasingly frustrated. I thought, this is crazy. Women have been going through mastectomies in this country for 70 years alone. Why is there not a product to protect me? So one morning I woke up and I said, this is what I have to do. I have to create a water-resistant product for those hundreds of thousands of future breast cancer patients, because I didn't want one more person to be reduced to a trash bag to cleanse themselves.
And so this is what you came up with. And what's interesting about this, it is water repellent.
Yes.
It's attractive as opposed to a trash bag.
Yes.
Zips up. But what's interesting is what's inside. Can you show us?
Again, it's antimicrobial, water-resistant garment, obviously. On the inside, this is really the creative design of the product. As I said, these drain sites come out of the chest area or torso, come all the way down to the knee. So we created a flap to wrap that 2 to 3 feet of tubing, and then here are the bulbs where obviously the fluid comes into, and then we have pockets. So the shower shirt not only protects the drain sites, but it also supports the weight of the drains. I really view this more of a service than that of a product, because if women can at least shower after their surgery and feel better physically, they're going to feel better emotionally and psychologically, and that's something that's gravely needed when you've been diagnosed with breast cancer and had your breast amputated.
Yeah. How are you doing today?
I am doing phenomenal. I'm really doing phenomenal, and this has been it's been a great project. It's been quite cathartic.
Well, it's great to have you with us. We appreciate you bringing
Thank
this
you.
by and sharing that with us. Lisa Kreitz, again, taking something which was really tough to hear and turning it into something positive.
It makes you stronger.
It does indeed. Thanks so much.